This week, three things shifted in the compliance and technology landscape that directly affect how engineers run ships, plan careers, and think about the machinery spaces of the next decade. I'm joined by our technical editor. We'll cover carbon accountability, ammonia entering the rulebook, and autonomous vessels, with AI woven through all of it. 5 minutes. Let's go. MEPC 84 wrapped last week. No final agreement on the net zero framework, but carbon compliance didn't pause. What actually moved?
Two things that engineers need to watch. First, CII Phase 2 work is continuing, which means the methodology for measuring your ship's carbon intensity is being refined right now before the politics settle. Second, the way biofuel carbon factors are calculated is under revision. That directly affects how your fuel consumption logs translate into a compliance number. The practical message: your SEEMP records, your bunker logs, your voyage reports, these are no longer back office paperwork. They are your compliance position. If the data is poor, the rating suffers. Engineers who treat documentation as an afterthought will be exposed first.
Ammonia keeps appearing in decarbonization conversations. But this week, it moved somewhere more concrete.
IACS published Revision 4 of Unified Requirement M78, and that's a significant step because class requirements are now formally extending into ammonia-fueled engine arrangements. This is no longer a fuel of the future in rule terms. It's entering the machinery space design environment today. What engineers need to understand isn't just that ammonia is carbon free at the point of combustion. The engineering burden is everything around it: toxicity management, ventilation philosophy, leak detection, emergency isolation, and hazardous area classification. These are not minor add ons. They fundamentally change how you think about a machinery space. Whether you're serving on an ammonia vessel or not, understanding that hazard profile now puts you ahead of where the rest of the fleet will be in 5 years.
Autonomy has been a concept for years. Has it actually arrived?
ClassNK issued the AutoNav 2 all notation for a vessel called Genbu, and that's a line crossed. This is full autonomous operation receiving formal class certification in a defined operating area. It's not a trial, it's not a concept study, it's certified. NYK's elder leader sits at the other end of the spectrum. Deep sea autonomous ambition, still the ceiling. Together they show you the range. Coastal autonomy is operational today. Deep sea autonomy is the declared direction.
And where does AI fit into this?
AI is the engine running underneath. Singapore announced a maritime technology roadmap with funding in the order of 100 million Singapore dollars. And the signal is clear. Maritime AI is moving from pilot projects into national infrastructure. Performance comparison platforms, data sharing frameworks, predictive systems. But here's what engineers must understand: AI doesn't create reliable output from unreliable input. Drifting sensors, bypassed alarms, inconsistent logs, none of that gets fixed by a better algorithm. Autonomous and AI driven systems increase the consequence of poor onboard data quality, they don't reduce it. The engineer's role shifts from operating machinery to assuring that the data representing that machinery is trustworthy.
Three things to carry from this week.
1. Your documentation is your compliance position. Fuel records, voyage data, SEEMP entries, treat them as operational control documents starting now. 2. Begin your ammonia literacy. Read the hazard profile. Understand ventilation, detection, isolation. The rulebook has already moved into that space. 3. Autonomy and AI raise the stakes for data integrity, not lower them. If your sensors drift and your logs are inconsistent, you are a liability in a digitally accountable fleet. The engineer who understands machinery and takes ownership of the data it generates, that is the professional this industry is building toward.
That's Marine Intelligence Weekly, issue 19. Every Friday, turning regulatory change, technical shifts, and digital disruption into practical direction for marine engineers. If this gave you something useful, subscribe and share it with one engineer who needs to hear it. Details in the description below.